Hello everyone, welcome to Career Maker. Let's begin our discussion and continue from where we left. In the previous video, I discussed with you about how to prepare for QA section of CAT. In this lecture, I'm going to be sharing with you how to prepare for CAT VARC section. First of all, we'll start with an overview, and then I'm going to discuss with you why grammar and vocab play an important role in your CAT preparation for the VARC section, even though no direct questions are asked from that. And again, we'll have a look at the strategy of preparation and the timeline and how to plan our preparation. So let's begin. As we did in the QA section, let's begin our discussion by first of all looking at the areas where the questions are asked from. So as you can see over here, there are only four major areas where the questions are asked from, and these are the reading comprehension, para jumbles, odd one out, and para summary. Now the number of questions were decreased from 34 question to 26 question. The decrease in questions were were tilted towards the RC section, where in 2016 to 2019 24 number of questions were asked, while in 2020 only 16 questions come from RC sections. However, you can still be very sure that if you have a look up over here, if you solved 24 questions correctly, you would have scored 72 marks, and if you scored 16 correctly, you would have scored 48 marks. Both of these scenarios will have easily fetched you a 99.5 percentile, or somewhat in that range. So you can imagine the kind of role that RCs play. Now the VA sections, I'm going to be publishing videos very soon about how to tackle each of these on their own merits and how to prepare for each of them. So now, as I talked about earlier, why grammar and vocab play an important role, so let's discuss that straight away. When we talk about reading comprehensions, you are asked to comprehend a passage that is 500 about 4 to 500 words in length. Now, even if you don't know the meaning of 4 to 5 words in a given passage or of a given context, you will not be able to comprehend it easily. Even if you do, there might be some loopholes in the understanding of your passage. So that is where the role of vocab comes. Now, vocab building is not an event, it's a process, and you have to do it. You have to prepare yourself for the vocabulary section by reading a lot. And I'm going to share with you the sources of reading and how you can prepare yourself for vocabulary. But keep that in mind, that vocab is a process, it's not an event. You are not supposed to remember 2000 words in a day or a week and just vomit that in your examination. So that is not the case, and that is not how it's going to work. You have to build your vocabulary slowly and gradually. Okay. Now when it comes to the VA sections, especially for the para jumbles, your knowledge of grammar is going to play a pivotal role in in how well you perform in para jumbles. So this is where the even though no direct questions are asked from in grammar and vocabulary, these two still play a very important role as far as the CAT preparation is concerned. Now let's have a look at the timeline of preparation, and then we'll go to number of mocks and how to attain a 99 percentile. Now we have already discussed the syllabus, so I'm not going to discuss on that. Now let's come back to timeline. Now we are in Feb and the exam will happen in November. Trust me on this, you can cover the basics of the syllabus in a matter of 15 to 20 days, and that's the only kind of theory that is required for VARC. However, this area, the mocks, play a pivotal role in the preparation of VARC. So you can do either of the two things which I am going to mention over here. The first option is solve 3 to 4 RCs daily, add to this 10 VA questions. Okay, and the VA should be a mixed bag of PJ, PS, and odd one outs. Okay, or the second option is give one sectional mock. There is no upper limit of how many sectional mocks you should give as far as the VA RC section is considered. So you can you can do either of that, or you could switch between them as per your convenience, or whatever you want to do. If you want to have a focused approach on VA section, you could do that. If you want to just go ahead and solve a mock, you could do that either. However, in the beginning, at least for the first few months, I'd recommend you to in fact focus more on the first approach, and then later on you can have a switch between these two approaches. Apart from this practice, you must make sure that you have solved the previous year questions. Okay, when I'm talking about the previous year questions, I mean from 2016 till 2020. Make sure that you have solved every single question that has been asked in CAT for these 5 years. Okay, so this is going to be your all the material that is required for the preparation. Now we have discussed the number of mocks and the timeline. Let's discuss about how to score a 99 percentile. Again, as it's true with QA, if you similarly in VARC, if you have solved 55 to 60% of the question with 95% or even 90% accuracy, you are well on your way to score a 99 percentile. So that's the benchmark you should keep in mind. However, as I already discussed in QA discussion, it tends to differ on how the difficulty level of paper is, and the year-wise variation actually. Now, as I mentioned earlier also, you have to do a lot of reading. Now, when I say reading, you don't have to stop by at any nooks and corners and start reading any nonsense stuff. No, the first and the foremost important thing which you should make a part of your daily reading habit is these two newspapers. Read every editorial of them. The reasons are very clear. These are not very dense material to be read. These are not dense materials. Second most important reason is that you must be, as a businessman, as the future business managers, you must be aware about what are the business scenarios and how the country's polity and economy is moving forward. So you should be aware of that, and even in your interviews, the knowledge of the current affairs will be coming very handy to you. So these are the two must-do newspapers. You have to read them on daily basis, at least the editorial portions. Now, from the other sources mentioned over here, pick any one or two of them and just give a read to about one or two more editorials from those. 1, 2, or even you can go for 3, but not more than that. So in all, you have to read about 5 to 8 editorials, and all the major editorials of these two newspapers must be covered. When it comes to the novels, if you want to read novels, be very picky from them. You don't have to spend much time on novels. Instead, skip the novels for about 10 months and focus more on the shorter essays and the columns which you get in this kind of sources. So yeah, that's the whole preparation strategy for your CAT VRC section. Let me know if this has been a helpful discussion for you, and I'll be presenting forward to you the how to prepare series, the last video of that, about how to prepare for the LRDI section in the next video. Meanwhile, if you need further help or any kind of assistance, just drop an email to the email address mentioned in the description box, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So thanks very much for watching, and have a nice day ahead.